report the computer. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name's Reimi Marden. I so appreciate you coming to this call tonight because this is one of my so-called rehearsals, if you will, of doing a product presentation for Price International, sharing with you information I know intimately because of my last year with this device. And it's a privilege for me to be sharing this out with you this evening. So welcome to our call tonight. Today, we will be sharing with you details about this revolutionary tool. You have already heard about it from the person who sent you here. And that is what is pictured here up on the left-hand side. These are 3 different models of the iTeracare wand. Others might have heard of it as a magic wand, but let me tell you, it's the most powerful terahertz frequency therapy device on the market today. And tonight, I'm going to be educating you about what it is, how it works, and where I say where self-care is really kind of the new healthcare. Because while we're not here to make claims about healing, we are here about talking about technology and using it to better our lives. So I'm going to start by telling you my history with the iTeracare wand, introduce you to the Terahertz technology, share a little bit of testimonials, and the person who invited you have countless videos and sites that you can go to hear more about other users. In another workshop, we will do a new user instruction. If you are someone who is fairly new to the product, or just say that you eventually decide to get one, we would be happy to walk you through an orientation. Lastly, we do have a referral program that's very lucrative, and we'd love to share that with you as well. I think most people here end up becoming a user, and then before you know it, they're wanting to share it out with others. So let's begin with some of the basics. I must say this disclaimer, the iTeracare device that I'm about to share is not a medical device. This is a household electrical appliance. Someday it's going to be in every home. When you think about microwaves, or you think of some of the things that we use, even irons and blow dryers and washing machines, at some point of its evolution, these were appliances that only a few people could afford. And before you know it, now every single household has it. And I believe that this device we're about to talk to you about will become a household item as you see it with other things that we commonly use. But anyway, this blower, again, if you have been told that it heals the body or whatnot, if you want healing, you want to refer to your healthcare providers and get information from there. But we're going to tell you about the technology and how people are using this to better their lives. All right, I'd like to begin by telling you a little bit about myself. I mentioned before we started the recording that I'm an island girl. I'm putting up some pictures about of my family because this is the reason why I'm here this evening. My husband here in the upper left here is Vince. And Vince and I met in Hawaii, been married for 34 years, and we were blessed with an in vitro fertilization baby. This is Koa, my son, and our son. And he's now 21 years old. 8 years ago, my husband had a catastrophic stroke and then another one after that. And it took out his speech center in his brain and also the use of his right side. So he was confined to a wheelchair for 8 years. I was his primary caregiver, and we managed through those 8 years. But the term for not being able to speak is aphasia. And I'm going to share a little video, a very short clip of my husband, Vince. In fact, aphasia is the reason why Henry George called me up one day and said, Reimi, you need to hear about this device. My pastor just had a stroke, just like your husband. And he is now able to move his fingers and actually hold a coffee cup, and he's able to shake hands and stand up and do things that were miraculous. And as you can imagine, as a wife of someone who had a catastrophic stroke, I said, I don't care how much it costs, send me one, let me start using it. And that is the beginning of our journey. All right, so here's my husband, Vince, speaking after 8 years of not hearing his voice. Let me push play. Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, Vince. Can you tell me hello?
Hello.
Can you say my name? Reimi.
Hmm.
Can you say Koa?
Koa.
Yeah. Hey, I got two orders. Verify for me.
We were really blessed, everybody, by the iTeracare one. For me to hear my husband's voice after 8 years was miraculous, as you can kind of imagine. But it wasn't just his speech and just the softness of his hand that used to be very rigid, but was just his spirit was brighter. And morning. And as I mentioned,
Oh,
he opted to come to Las Vegas for a big trip, which before he would never opt to travel. The next thing that really got me hooked, if that didn't hook me, right, was this muscle testing demonstration that my son experienced. And by the way, are you able to hear the video? Were you all able to hear the video?
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Okay, thank you. Take a look at this.
Yeah, and then, okay, again, okay. Hello? I want to water. Like this.
Turn left, then turn left on North 5th Street.
You already bought it. Okay, stop.
Oh, wow.
Oh, holding your cell phone. Which is
Turn left
big
on
one.
North 5th Street.
Okay.
What?
Okay. But blowing you with a blower, restoring the energy. This one is anti-radiation. Blowing into the water and you have the anti-radiation in you.
Oh.
Okay? Then.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, so that totally blew us away. For my son to again hear his father say words, to say his name, really took him. That is when we really realized that this wand was making a difference. We were drinking charged water from the day that we got it. Every day, our coffee, we made our rice in it and everything. And then we were wanding, which you're going to hear more about this frequency. But the bottom line to this is that we recognize now more than ever that the human body is basically a big energy field, like a matrix, if you will. Cells, our atoms, everything boils down to energy. And because we're energetic beings and it's invisible, so to speak, we have the power to influence that through frequencies. And this tool allows us to create what we call resonance through vibrations. All right. And so I know this might sound out of the ordinary, but just hang with me. Okay. And just recognize that everything in the world is vibrating. And if we can match those vibrations, we can raise and or manipulate the outcomes. So Nikola Tesla, you've heard this very famous name. He says, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This was way back in his day. He already had the vision of recognizing that there was something to it, including the very famous Albert Einstein, who said the future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. How the heck did he know that back then? But he recognized that there was power in what we're about to share with you. Today, you hear about energy healing all the time in different modalities. And so it's more commonplace than ever before. But today we have a frequency therapy that you can have in your own home. You know, for multiple thousands of dollars, you could afford one of these frequency beds and these different devices. But who has $20,000 or multiple thousands of dollars? This is why I was intrigued when I was able to have this in my own home to work privately with my husband and myself, of course. So the power of frequency, that you're going to learn more and more about this. I'm not going to get into great detail, but just remember some of this lingo so that you know what to Google. The PEMF, the pulsed electromagnetic field, increases cellular growth and gene proliferation. What does that all mean? If we can find a way to influence our cells' state, we can regenerate, recover, and repair. And you're going to hear more about how this wand's frequency has the ability to do all of that. I want you to ask the person who invited you to share this video of this gentleman, Dr. Anthony Hollins, who did a TED Talk talking about resonance and as it relates to cancer cells and its vulnerability to being shattered, basically, the cancerous cells through these frequencies, or what they call resonance. All right. So I'm not going to go in detail again, but the video is very informative, and it so relates to what we're here to talk about. So just so you know, I never heard about terahertz, of course, but what I realized later is that I was exposed to terahertz when I went through the airport scanning, you know, at TSA. I hold my hands up and they scan my body. Well, that's terahertz technology. This is a frequency that's between the microwave frequency and the infrared frequency. Those two you've heard of before. But in between the two is terahertz. And this is an extremely fast frequency. What does that mean to you? When I say it's a fast moving frequency, it can go through paper, plastic, clothing, through skin. That is why they use terahertz to do your MRIs when you go into the hospital. All right, so if they're using it in hospitals, guys, and it's using it at the airport, you know terahertz is a safe frequency. That's what they call non-ionizing, meaning that it doesn't rob the body of electrons that you need. Okay, because there's other types of frequencies, by the way, that are not good for you, that are ionizing, like our routers that we have in our offices, that actually rob you of important things in your body. You really want to protect yourself. But this one is a safe frequency to expose yourself to. This is why the Japanese call it the light of life. The Chinese scientists, they call it God's wave band. The American scientists call it the wave of life. All right, this is what's so powerful. In the year 2004, our government here in the United States named terahertz technology as one of the top technologies that will change the future world. And it obviously, we see it in the things that I already mentioned to you. Now it's in a device that is it could be in your hands day in and day out. And that is the reason why my husband was able to create new, we call it for stroke victims, burning new pathways, neuroplasticity. We were able to create, his body was able to create new pathways, thus allowing him to utter words again. Anyway, for those of you who are very technical, do know that we have a lot of paperwork that you can read, studies that have been done, scientific tests and things. So please, again, lean into the person that shared this with you. They're happy to get you a copy of these slides that you're looking at here. All right, this is the man that we're so thankful for, Professor Yang Wenjun, who created this. And back in the day, here's some pictures. After 8 years of diligent development, he produced these versions of what we now have in our homes. Notice the pricing of it as well, back when he first invented the first versions. I wanted to share this with you because it's important for you to know the evolution of this device. All right. Now, here in the year 2024, we just released this purple one here off to the right side, which has some great features of it, and it just gets better and better. And the nice part about it, as I mentioned in that very first slide to you, there are 3 wands that are at the various price points, and it's designed for whatever your uses are. If you were like me and Vince, this was a household. I'm just using it for myself and my husband. There's others who use it in a clinical setting, or they have lots of people in their family, so they may opt for a device that is the more deluxe version. All right. What's key here, I'm not sure what you're working on healing in your body, but I do want you to know that 62 clinical test reports issued by the Beijing Research Institute of Chemical Technology put out this list of the 10 ranked in the common things like inflammation. I think everybody on this call, even if we're super healthy, are suffering from some form of inflammation. As it goes down, my mother had diabetes, obviously brain issues, number 6, lymph nodes. These are areas of our bodies that we need to be able to heal ourselves. Well, if you don't have a tool to do that, then obviously you're relying on traditional medicines. And this kind of puts technology in your hands. And that's why you're here tonight, to learn about these 3-in-1 core technologies that are smart, safe, effective, and most importantly, portable. All right. Now, I've been talking about terahertz, so you know a little bit about that. But also from a quantum energy standpoint, this energizes our cells and balances our bodily systems. It strengthens the body, produces healing energy, and penetrates deeper into the vital organs. Okay, so you combine this quantum physics with the terahertz, and then have it work in concert with optical quartz technology. This amplifies the frequency that's generated by the device. This is what makes it unique. Now, I understand there's a knockoff, there's always knockoffs in the world, where this knockoff that is being sold out there, making like they're one of the original iTeracare ones, does not have this optical quartz technology. So be careful to buy, make sure that you're buying a legitimate one from Price that has the license and the rights to this technology. All right. But why optical quartz technology is so meaningful to you is that it mimics 1/40th of the sunlight's energy. So can you imagine all the beautiful sunshine that we enjoy if we're able to harness that and use that for our bodies, to energize our bodies? It's so powerful. All right, so I'm going to go in a little bit more about why and how this works and benefits. All right, but you all know, right, that disease, when things slow down in the body, that is when disease grows. You've heard the name Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's another one I'd recommend that you lean into and learn a little bit more about his model of helping people heal themselves with their thoughts and their energy. All right. So bottom line, for our layman's terms, everybody, Bruce Lipton said it best, that every cell in your body is a battery. And what you want to do, just like we do our cell phones, we charge it. And when our phones are charged, it activates it. What's it? I'm talking about the cells in your body. And when we can activate the cells, and then we can optimize health. And I'll talk to you a little bit about how it does this, okay? Because there are 5 features of the iTeracare one that makes it work, okay? And by the end of the next 10 minutes, you'll understand what I mean. All right, so number 1, this combined 3-in-1 technology penetrates. It heats to the bone. All right. It heats up bone marrow, right? Where you've heard this before. Stem cells are often generated, not often, it is in the bone marrow. So the penetration is important because it clears blockages. Right. So if we've got things rolling smoothly, flowing, then we've got more optimum health. So penetration is really important. My dad is very sensitive to heat. He's 90 years old, but I use the wand with blankets over him. So, but I know that it's still penetrating those blankets and getting to his bones, which is where I want it to be, right? Number two, it activates inactive cells. Yes, everybody, you have inactive cells. That means sluggish, slow, maybe stagnant, diseased cells. All right. So what this technology does is, by the way, the frequency resonates at the same rate of a healthy cell. So when this energy goes into the body, it is enlivening your good cells. The sluggish cells, it picks up its beat to activate it. And all those sluggish, inactive, or dead cells are basically absorbed. We call it exfoliated, sloughed off, and that's why drinking water is so important. Okay, number three, identification. It stops the growth of abnormal or mutated cells. Remember, I talked about it identifying the disease cells. That's what I mean. It has the ability to activate good ones and then slough off the dead ones. Okay. Number four, safety. Which is so important, right? This has zero radiation. Radiation test kits you can get in your house and test it. They're at zero. You can see we have videos of that. It does not produce any radiation at all. In contrary to that, your blow dryers. Your blow dryers are putting out bad vibes, and we use it every day. Well, I don't anymore, but okay. Zero radiation and zero ultraviolet as well. All right. Last of all, and most important, is that it's user-friendly. This is why I started tonight saying this is going to be in the households of many, because we know that this is something we can operate, and it's safe for babies. It's safe for our pets, our plants, our food, our water, and everything. So that's basically the 5 features of it. But I did want to tell you a little bit again about the key elements of each feature. 20 to 30 centimeters you can hold the wand from, and that will get right to the bone, as I mentioned. Okay, and that bone, and by the way, as far as you're probably thinking, well, where would I point the wand at? We have a user guide that can teach you the basic protocol, so you'll know where are the key elements of your body that you could do on yourself. All right. Hippocrates said, if there's a way to heat the bones, then all diseases can be treated. And here we have that in our fingertips. Okay. So, I love this. Those who cannot be cured by medicine can be cured by surgery. Those who cannot be cured by surgery can be cured by fire. That's what Hippocrates was suggesting way back in the day in his age. I already spoke about that bone marrow, and the spine is such a critical part for activating stem cells. That's one of the key areas that we will wand. We use that as a verb. We will put the energy on our spines. And all of this will help to boost our immune system, increase metabolism, not just in how we feel, but the activity in cells. It oxygenates our cells, creates blood flow, and metabolizes waste products. This is why after a wand treatment, it's so important that you drink lots of water, because it's going to flush. You're going to be noticing like a detox, whether it comes through more, you got to blow your nose, or you got, in Hawaii, we say meme kuso in your eyes or your ears, or you get itchy scalp, or you're going to the bathroom more. These are signs that your body is purging the things that are being sloughed away. All right. Softens connective tissue, relaxes muscle fibers. That's why so many people are just recognizing that they're feeling, their joints are feeling, more comfortable after they have used this wand on themselves. All right. So anyway, I mentioned activation of the inactive cells. I'm going to zip through these because I went through each one with you. The resonance, we spoke about this as well. When we can create those vibrations and get things rolling, we definitely have something powerful in our hands. Oh, here's pictures of those tools that I mentioned that you can test for ultraviolet or radiation, and our device does not. So I've always felt very confident, especially with all of these reports on hand, all this certification and testing that this device has been through, plus the company's product liability insurance. All of these things gave me the confidence to try this and to use it actively. I use it daily, multiple times during the day. I use it on my 90-year-old parents. But again, because of this key thing, I think inflammation is at the root of many of our issues. So blockage is one of the key factors of sickness, and we now have something that can help to get things flowing again, circulating in our bodies. All right. So I mentioned about user-friendly. There's a picture of a baby in there. But the bottom line to this, as you leave this call, I want you to know that there are 8 key benefits that you can look forward to. And as in summary, 1, eliminating unhealthy cells. Number 2, activating inert cells. As I mentioned, the frequency absorbs and activates cells with moderate temperatures, thereby eliminating the dormant cells. Number 3, it increases self-healing ability. All right. And that is why this is so powerful. This is why this is a household device, putting the ability to heal, allow our bodies to heal itself in our own hands. Number 4, clears meridian and lymph points. For those of you into acupuncture or any type of things that are working with the meridians of the body, when you wand those points in your body, you will notice that you have greater alignment. I'll show you what I mean. Number 5, microcirculation improves that. Number 6, it regulates your glands. The endocrine glands, for example, which releases hormones, helps to normalize your organs and glands. Number 7, really key, removes excess body fluid. What is that, guys? Excess body water retention. You know, many of us are holding on to excessive water weight. And that is why so many people have been enjoying this from a perspective of releasing excessive weight just by letting all of that go. Okay, so number 8, improves blood circulation. All right, so on and on and on. I went through all of that. Just know that there's all kinds of tests that have been done with people who have used the wand. For example, you may have heard of the Aura camera. Notice here these colorful dots shows the chakras not quite all in alignment. You see right here on the after 15 minutes of wanding, the energy alignment is much better than it was 15 minutes before that. So it went from 75% alignment to 92. Well, what's the big deal about alignment? Guys, everything hums better, heals better, feels better when things are in alignment in your body. All right. So can you imagine being able to start your day, end your day, get through the day by bringing yourself back to center with something like this? Many of us on this call use it also for beautification purposes, for our skin. Our hair is coming back to our organic color. People with gray hair have been getting baby hairs, thickening more hair, and so on. We have so many great pictures of folks who've been enjoying it with their hair and replacing their blow dryers. Lastly here, guys, I want to urge you, if there's anything that you walk away with, is to learn about charged water, okay? When water molecules are typically clustered and they're not linear, meaning they don't line up, what does that mean to you? You're not absorbing it. You might be drinking a ton of water, but if your body's not absorbing it, what good is that, right? Well, when you're drinking charged water, as you can see demonstrated in these pictures, we are changing the molecular structure of those clusters into a line, a linear fashion, so it's absorbed into the body. So this is a picture of clustered cells and the blood structure after the drinking water has been charged. This is why so many people, I remember Ali, she was pregnant, and pregnant women don't wand themselves. But what she was doing was she was drinking charged water throughout her pregnancy. And she could tell, I'm sure she told you about how her eyesight it really helped to enhance her eyesight. Okay, and everybody's different again. So take these as personal stories. You can use this on anything with cells, meaning your food. Okay, and many countless stories of pets and animals that have benefited from iTeracare treatments as well. All right, so know that if you're someone who does body treatments, congratulations. You know how powerful it is to go get a treatment, but can you imagine one treatment, an hour with our iTeracare one is equivalent to 10 times of acupuncture. Okay, or if you do cupping, can you imagine it's equivalent to 20 times that? Or gua sha, I don't know. Is that how you say it, guys? Someone needs to correct me. I need to learn, but I do have one of those stones to move the tissue, yeah, underneath the skin. But we all know what massage is, right? 40 times a basic massage. So powerful. All right, we do have precautions. You'll learn about this in our next course, which is our new user orientation about where you can use the wand and where you would want to avoid, okay? So we'll tell you more about that. Just know that this is all over the world in 80 countries right now. We have what we call stockists, warehouses, if you will, all over the world, and it's growing, 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 but it is based out of Malaysia. And we are so excited because here in the US, we work with one of the Nevada stockists, and there's one in Utah that we utilize as well, all over Wisconsin and Honolulu. But at the end of the day, we have the exclusive on the true blue iTeracare device. As I mentioned earlier, there are some knockoffs, so beware and make sure that you're getting a legitimate one from one of us, all right? Once you learn about our iTeracare device, you'll learn about the other things in our lineup of products just as powerful. And I wish we had more time. I would tell you about some of the new ones like our BioLite. There's just so many, but I don't want to clutter your mind because I shared with you the most powerful ones already. But just know that if you don't have one yet, you will. If not today, in the future, because these wands, these terahertz technology devices will be in every single household someday and helping people to help to heal themselves. If you want more testimonials, every Tuesday we plug in to Sheila. We can get you the link to plug in. We also have a Facebook page that you can read about other people's experience with it. Every Thursday night, there is a product presentation by our Chief Training Officer, Nathan here. And then we locally will be doing this as well. In Las Vegas, we have various places that you could go to actually see a demonstration of it. All right, so that's it, what I have for you today. I hope this has given you just enough information to lean in, get information, and try it. Have someone actually give you an opportunity to feel what that wand feels like. All right, so I'm just about at that 30-minute mark. I appreciate your time and attention. Are there any questions before we sign off tonight? Or comments also. I think we have some time for comments. If you have to leave, I understand. But if someone has a personal testimony, we'd love to share. Hi, Auntie Caprice.
Hi, Remy. I thought that was really good.
Thank you.
A question. The new user orientation you referenced, is that something in the back office or something that is documented for new users?
Yes, there are several different YouTube videos out of it. Our local group did a couple of new user orientations that are on a film that we could send you. But what our hopes are to begin to do these orientations. So if you have a friend who just received theirs, it's often nice to be able to go somewhere to learn how to unbox it, how to plug it in properly. Just some of the little nuances we find that are so important to get those questions answered. So we're in the process of determining what day we're going to do those new user orientations. But in the meantime, Caprice, we do have some videos that we can share from the last time we did it.
And where can I find those, Remy? Because I'm so new to this. Where would I
Oh,
find them?
yes, I will send you a link to subscribe to our local Team Ohana YouTube channel. And, you know, it's in addition to what Prife's YouTube channel, which is very robust with wonderful things, but ours is kind of local moco kind.
I like that.
Yeah. So we'll share that with you.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yes, BJ, how about you?
I thought you did awesome. I really liked how you personalized that in the beginning. That was really neat. And yeah, I wrote down some tips. I liked it a lot.
Thank you, BJ. BJ, share a little bit about you shared with me this morning about your pain after coming back from your birthday trip and having not been able to wand yourself or something like that. What happened again in the you definitely know because you went
So
without.
I typically will wand myself twice a day. Yes, I do it in the morning after I shower, in my office when I'm doing paperwork and getting ready for my day, and then I do it at bedtime. Well, when I went to Texas for a week for my birthday, I took my wand, but I didn't take my hairdryer stand that I use in my office. So I was wanding every day. I was using my BioLite, but by time I got home on the airplane, my neck was just cracking and really hurting. And because I use my hairdryer stand and I will blow 2 to 5 minutes at my neck, then middle back and lower back. I was literally wearing a brace to work for a while. After 2 months of wanding, the brace went away. I was doing great. But I realized how powerful the wand was because activating those dormant skin cells on your stem cells on your back, right? It has literally taken the pain away. It took me 2 days of wanding to get back to normal.
Yes.
So it's really important.
Well,
So wanding through the front just didn't quite do it.
I love about sometimes we don't know the impact of something we do every day until we don't do it quite like how we normally do. So I think the absence of that routine spoke volumes, you know.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing that. I know you have countless other testimonials as well. Anyone else here on the call have a question, comment, any type of share about the product before we go?
Hey, Remy, were you looking for feedback on your presentation? Was it a practice one for you or this is
Yeah, it was a practice one for me. So yes, I would
okay,
any
that's what
feedback.
Emma had said. But I wanted to commend you on a job well done. If you're looking for, you know, feedback. I really liked your transitions from slide to side. Me as a viewer,
Yes.
I like seamless transitions. And that was good. You really keyed on. You didn't like, okay, next slide, basics or introduction, or it wasn't chopped up.
Nice.
It was, I loved your intonation of your voice, your enthusiasm. You used your hands when you needed to, not overly, but you did it. I felt welcomed. I felt like you were addressing me. And even though it was different topics, you kind of hit some nerves.
Yes.
So I like the examples, like the microwave,
Yes.
etc. But you're getting down to what people, what can relate, what I can relate to.
Thank
So
you.
I think it was very well done. But again, what sticks in my mind is your transitions. It's as if you practiced this like 25 times before we got on the call, you know, and you probably didn't do that, but it was seamless. And you got me, you got my heart because you felt genuine. You didn't feel like this was a sales pitch. Because when you do sales, I get turned off. I would walk away.
Exactly. Thank you. That means the most to me because this is very personal, very personal to me.
Yeah, that was very clear in the beginning. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for your feedback. I realize that there's a lot of technical, and I was getting caught up in the weeds of, oh, I don't know how to explain this, and oh, I got to remember 100 gigahertz, and you know what? I said, Reimi, just let go of all the technical numbers. You guys can read that on your own. You know,
yeah, you know what? You know when well, what I'm gonna do, because I just came up to Vegas this weekend and I'm starting to learn.
Yeah.
Because I bought my wand a month ago and I came up here with Irma folks, because Joey is my cousin. So we came to visit. I bought the wand then. I've been home for a month, tried it, and I'm feeling fabulous. And it's really changing things in my life. And I don't want to go into all my testimony, and we don't have time for that. But so I'm starting to learn the business side of it. So what I'm planning to do is I want to look at everybody's PowerPoint. So if you would share yours with me, I would really like to look at that. And I don't know if people on the call know, but in PowerPoint, there's a notes section on the bottom of each slide that you can use. And
Yes.
I use that to put like triggers for me.
Yes.
When you're talking, because you can have your notes hidden and only you see them. The
Yes.
people you're presenting to don't see it.
Yes.
So those are very, very helpful. I don't know if you're using notes on the bottom.
I haven't put them in yet. So that is my next step. I noticed that this is my first run with these slides, and I felt like there were some redundant things. So I'm going to clean it up, but then I'll post it and share it out with you. And you can move the slides around and pull the ones that you feel are excessive, because there's a lot of information in there.
You know, it's like, how do you clump that all into 30 minutes? But I also liked your, once we started, you know, you were on it for the 30 minutes and you were on task with time, because that people's time is very valuable.
Yes.
You don't want to be belabored on a call. So I thought that was point.
Thank you. And I think it's essential when we start doing this weekly, right? And you're coming to one of our presentations, we're going to honor time and get started and end on time. Because if you're inviting a guest, the last thing we want you to do is to turn someone off because we've vomited on them. Okay, so Edwin, I hope you didn't feel that, Krista. Anyway, thank you for staying on the call with us tonight. I hope that you got what you needed, and we look forward to serving you. And I think that's the beauty of this business, is the ability to be, to serve humanity. And I think that's what we all share in common. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a beautiful evening. And I look forward to seeing you. And Auntie Caprice, I'm planning to do a session on May 18th on Oahu.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It just was kind of a brainstorm idea that came up.
Where is it going to be at?
I don't know yet. So we're gonna find, and by the way, everybody, BJ and I came up with this idea of doing an event on Saturday, May 25th, is it, BJ? May 25th, Saturday morning at 9.
The last Saturday of the month. Yeah.
Yes, and we are hoping to do it every last Saturday of the month in Las Vegas. And it's going to be really fantastic. It's just a place for us to come and bring like-minded people to, specifically on building, people who really want to learn how to share this properly. And we'll do a lot of personal development work as well, because so much of what we do starts with our thinking. So
Remy, I would be interested in what you're doing in Honolulu. So maybe you can call Irma and then she'll give you my contact info.
Yes.
And then we'll see what we can do. I'd love to attend or even help do whatever, but let's talk offline.
Okay, excellent. All right. Aloha, everyone. Have a beautiful night. Thanks so much for supporting me. Okay, bye-bye now.
Awesome. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.